The eCom Q4 Summit was created to prove that any seller can experience a highly profitable fourth quarter with access to the right tips, strategies, and techniques. There's no need to struggle trying to figure out what to sell, where to find it, or how much to list it for. The summit covers everything from sourcing to listing to marketing and streamlining your operations. It doesn't matter if you're selling on one platform or multiple platforms like Amazon, eBay, Shopify, Walmart. And it doesn't matter if you're a new seller or an experienced seller. The information in the summit will help you get sale after sale after sale after sale during the busiest shopping season of the year, if you take massive action. So welcome to the eCom Q4 Summit. Hello, everybody. This is Nechole Whitlock with eCom Sellers, and this is our Prepping for Q4 Bundles workshop. So we're going to go through some action steps that you need to take if you want to create bundles or be able to sell bundles this Q4. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get going. So my name is Nechole. I'm with eCom Sellers. I've been selling since 2014. I've been selling online since 2014. Prior to 2014, I did sell on Craigslist. I guess that's technically online. And then I also sold offline. Been selling offline since 2008. I'm a single mom with 2 special needs kids, and I run a nonprofit, vice president of a nonprofit. And in addition to that, I love bundles because you can maximize your ROI, your return on your investment, your profits. So today we're going to go through an overview of bundles. Bundles, what are bundles, some examples of bundles, and some strategies for creating different types of bundles. So what is a bundle? Well, a product bundle is putting together 2 things that logically go together. So an example might be a salt and pepper shaker. That's the easiest example to come up with. A salt and pepper shaker. You could buy the salt shaker by itself. You could buy the pepper shaker by itself, but logically they make sense going together because on most tables you see a salt and pepper shaker together. The same thing with like a bedroom set. A bedroom set will be the flat sheet, the pillow case, the fitted sheet. Those things make sense. Now, do people buy the pillowcases by themselves or the flat sheets by themselves or the fitted sheets by themselves? Yeah, they do. But in most cases, they're buying them together in a bundle. A multi-pack is something where there's multiples of a particular product. So an example of that perfectly is toilet paper or paper towels. Multiples of the same thing all bundled together into one thing. And so being able to, sell things that are multiples of something, we're in back to school time, and so a pair of socks, packet of socks, might be a 6-pack of socks. That is a multi-pack. So let's go through and let's look at some examples and talk about bundles in general. So here's some examples of different types of bundles. We see this writing set for kids, and they include the pens, the markers, the highlighters, and it's a book for kids to be able to write, to work on controlling their pen or controlling their handwriting, helping them to write ideas. This one is a great one. This brand has been on Amazon for quite a while, and they put together multiple snacks. They actually have a brand. This is an example of an Easter bundle that was put together. And so someone took a basket, stuck some pictures of the actual candies on the inside and candies on the outside. This is multiple bibs with some shoes put together. These are multiple catch, food bibs, different colors. You could consider that a multi-pack, but they're different colors. So, some people will consider that a multi-pack. Some people will consider that a bundle. And then these are, I think they're like the face mask or whatever. And there's multiples of that. This is clearly Easter eggs that are already pre-stuffed. And those are great examples of bundles. Then these are examples of multi-packs, multiple packs of ketchup, multiple packs of the same, multiples of the same peanut butter, multiples of the same toothpaste. Those are all examples. I think these are like heels that go on the inside of the back of the shoe, but they're multiples of the same thing. Okay. So here's some ideas as we go into Q4. We know during Q4 we're going to pass three major holidays. Uh, Before we go into Q4, we're going to have a couple of big events that are going to happen. So before Q4, you got back to school, and people are not just going to buy one pencil or one pack of pencils or one eraser. They're going to buy multiples of that. And so that's an opportunity, multiples of folders, multiples of composition books, multiples of potentially, if they have lots of kids, backpacks, lunch pails. They're going to buy multiples of these things. And so this could be an opportunity for you to put together bundles. You could go and do research on back to school bundles for specific age grades, um, not just for elementary. You got middle school, you got high school, and you also have college. So ultimately, at the end of the day, any bundle that is put together, it is intended to serve a need, to address an issue, to create a level of convenience for someone. Instead of someone going from store to store to store to have to buy all these different pieces or to walk the entire store to buy multiples of, a back to school bundle, they literally could go online, find a backpack on all the school supplies and maybe the lunch pail and the thermos and buy that instead of going to the store and having to go walk the aisles and pick up all of the different pieces. So you're saving them the convenience of doing that. By doing so, you'll be able to potentially charge a higher price for this particular convenience or product solution. You're addressing an issue. Now, the issue is, in this example, kids got to go back to school, parents got to have supplies for the kids, schools are going to ask for supplies for the kids. So, this is something that's pretty much required. So, you're addressing or solving a problem, addressing an issue. And so, back to school is a great example. The next major holiday is Labor Day. And for Labor Day, people are probably going to be getting together. It's sort of the end of the summer hurrah before we officially go into the fall. I'm in Texas, so it's still going to be hot as Hades. But it is that window that gives people the opportunity to be able to get together. So they may eat out, they may barbecue, they may decide that they're going to smoke some meats, okay, or get together. If they're going to do that, there's going to be a lot of opportunities where they're going to buy multiples of things. They're probably going to buy paper plates, paper cups, paper spoons, not paper spoons, plastic spoons. And so paper plates, paper cups, or styrofoam cups, or plastic cups, and plastic forks and spoons and knives, that's a bundle. You could put those three together because that is something that people are going to buy anyway. You could include napkins in that bundle. When people have birthday parties, they do that anyway. So they'll buy the entire matching set, and that's a perfect bundle. It solves a problem, it creates some level of convenience, and it gives people the opportunity to get what they need to get and get out, to buy it online, have it delivered to the front door instead of going to the store. So, again, when you think about bundles, some of it is convenience, some of it is solving a problem, some of it is addressing an issue, but you need to be thinking about the things that logically go together. So after Labor Day, and there's also going to be some other opportunities inside of Labor Day. Labor Day, if they're smoking meats, there's probably some seasonings that they're buying. They're probably buying more than one seasoning. They might buy a seasoning set or sauces. They might buy a sauce set. They might buy a single one. So we know that if you're doing a brisket, there's like a rub that people are putting on the brisket. That rub is a combination of many different spices. So you might sell the spices individually so people can make their own rub. That's something you could create a private label product for and sell that as a unique product that you've branded. That's an idea. Okay. So then after Labor Day, we're going into October. There's a couple other holidays or events or activities that are going to happen. The campaign season is definitely going to be kicking up. In addition to that, All things pumpkin spice are right around the corner after September the 1st. Okay? All things pumpkin spice. You can probably even buy pumpkin spice scented pillows. I mean, it's crazy. But in any case, people will be buying multiples of pumpkin spice. Think about your coffees and your teas. They're going to be buying that kind of stuff. They'll be buying cereal that's pumpkin spice, and they'll probably buy a couple of boxes of that. So there'll be pumpkin spice donuts at Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme. Like the pumpkin spice is just going to go bananas, and you'll see it everywhere. They've got the coffee and the creamer, pumpkin spice. I don't even know how they do it, but okay. But you get the idea. In that, as I list these things, some of these make logical sense to go together. So again, there will be some bundle opportunities for you, or there could be long term, bigger picture, some branding private label opportunities for you. Because pumpkin spice comes around every year. It's not new, it's always going to come around, and it's always going to get sales no matter what. So there may be an opportunity for you. So as we continue into fourth quarter, like I said, we had elections, and then we've got a bunch of fall carnival, Oktoberfest activities happening, and then we're going into Halloween. People are going to buy multiple bags of candy. They're potentially going to buy multiple Halloween buckets if they've got more than one child. Um, if they are wanting the child to wear the glow in the dark kind of necklace, they'll buy multiples of those if they have multiple kids. Um, so think about all the multiples that are sold for Halloween. When they buy Halloween decorations, they're not just buying one spider or one rat or one door cover. They're buying multiples of these things. So if they're getting window clings, they're not buying one set of window clings. They're probably buying 4 or 5 sets of window clings. That is a bundle opportunity for you. If they're buying the rats, then they're probably buying at least 4 to 6 rats. That's a bundle opportunity for you, or the bats, or the spider rings, or whatever they're buying for Halloween. There's going to be multiples. Also, think about the things that they're potentially making. So they might be buying those popsicle sticks so that they can do the caramelized apples. So they're going to buy multiples of the popsicle sticks. The produce, the apples they can get at the store. The caramel they can buy from you online. You could even sell the popsicle sticks and the caramel with the recipe. And that could be your amazing bundle that you decide to sell. So again, looking at all the possibilities of what can happen. I'm confident that there are maybe some recipe books that you could sell with this as well. So as we continue on through October, then we got November and December. November, there's going to be a lot of cooking and a lot of baking. A lot of baking, a lot of cooking. When they are making a cake, they're more than likely not buying one box of cake. As we can see in the examples, we've got a couple of different varieties of cake. But in most cases, they're buying 2 boxes of chocolate cake, or 2 boxes of yellow cake, or 2 boxes of whatever. They're not buying one. If you, I mean, I'm sure that you've been in your mom's kitchen or your grandmother's kitchen or your aunt's kitchen or your sister's kitchen or your wife's kitchen, and you've seen when they're cooking. And I'm not saying that only the women do it, like men, there's some awesome male cooks out there. But when you go into that kitchen, whether it is a male or a female, they have multiples of stuff. You don't just see one box of cake mix. More than likely, there's at least 2, might be 3. Same thing with all the other things. When they make jello, it's not one box of jello, it's multiple boxes of jello. When they are making cookies, they're probably buying a couple of boxes of cookies or a couple of bags of the chocolates, the chocolate chips, the semi-sweet, the chunks. They're buying multiples. They're not buying one. When they're buying aluminum foil, they're more than likely buying multiples of aluminum foil. They're not just buying one. The parchment paper sheets, they're buying multiples. They're not just buying one. So my point is that in everything that we do naturally, organically, as the holidays go on, we do buy multiples. So in saying that, there are bundle opportunities that are always in front of us. So I'm going to go through this list. And then Christmas, we know that there are so many bundle opportunities for Christmas. I didn't mean to forget that. So sometimes families will take pictures with the Christmas stocking cap on. And so they didn't just buy one stocking cap, everybody in the house has got one on. Or they've got the little antlers or whatever, the little elf hat at the top, whatever. Um, if they are buying stockings to put on the mantle or just stockings to hang in the house, they're not just buying one stocking, they're buying multiples. So when they're buying multiples, that's a bundle opportunity, or they're buying a stocking set that's already pre stuffed. So let's go through this list. As I kind of gave you a bunch of ideas, if you weren't taking notes before, I want you, one, to replay this, but two, to write down some notes. And I want you to think about where your bundle opportunities exist and what you are selling today. If you have a private label product, fine. You may have a complementary product that makes sense to be sold with your private label product for the holidays. Maybe you're selling multiples or you hadn't thought about it before, and now you can consider selling multiples. So, as we step through this, the boxes of cake. Well, we do see two different types of cake, and sometimes people will do two different types of cake, but you know, in most cases, they might buy one. So you could list cake and you can list a double of the same kind. Now, you do need to be approved if you're selling on Amazon. You need to be approved for that brand. And if you're selling on some of the other platforms, they may or may not have brand restrictions. But again, are there other mixes available out there that you could work with? Yeah. So don't let that stop you. And maybe you have your own custom made version, custom mix that you've created or family recipe that you've got. So this could be a 2-pack, and then there's a 3-pack, or you could have and that is not, that's a bundle, or you can do 3 of the same, and that would be a multi-pack. Okay. Down below, we see a bunch of stuff for like baby gifts, just a baby supplies, and also just a basic basket of a bunch of things, including some Nivea stuff. So they got Nivea, Garnier, they've got some candy in here, but it is a basket and it's got some basic health and beauty or spa related things. Over here, you've got what I would consider an ice cream cone kit in a glass jar. So if you don't want to sell a glass jar, you could possibly look for a plastic jar that looks like a glass jar. And so it's clear and see through. And inside of here, they've got syrup, they've got nuts, they've got sprinkles, they've got cones, they've got the scooper. And I'm sure that they've got some other stuff that's in here. But you can put together your own version of this, be inspired by some of the ideas that I'm going through today, and create your own version. So here's some more ideas. A lot of stocking opportunities. So this one is stockings with, you've got some creams, some lotions, some gels, and things like that. They put a bow on it. And again, buying your own stockings, you can buy them wholesale. You can buy all these little pieces wholesale, or you can go to the store and go to the least expensive store and buy multiple handfuls and decide on your pricing for this. So the pricing for this, I wouldn't be surprised if the pricing was anywhere from 25 or 20.99 to 40.99. And the reason I say that is because, again, I have no idea how much they acquired the shoes for, but you could probably get the shoes for inexpensive, like maybe a few bucks, under $5, and then you got the creams and the lotions to go with it. If you get the generic of any of these, again, putting them together as a bundle. So then when you're done, maybe you're into this entire bundle for $7 or $8, and you turn around and flip it for $20.99. Well, that's a nice ROI. And you're going to have to, work on how you're going to ship it. So this one has got some chocolate stuffed into the foot, but it's got some holiday chocolates, and they've got some other things. It looks like there's a gift card right here. And then this one has got a little bottle of champagne with some chocolates and some little slippers. Again, simple ideas, nothing complex. And again, you just go to Pinterest and get some of these ideas. This one is, again, house shoes, and they've got some chocolates in here. And I think that's a tennis ball, but I'm not really sure. I'd have to go back to the original, and this looks like there's some nail polish. All ideas, the things that you can create from a bundle standpoint. This is multiple ornaments, and so they look like glass jars. But again, when people are buying, they're not just buying one. More than likely, when they're doing a window decoration, they're buying multiples. This looks like possibly a grilling set or a kitchen set or some type of tool set. And so this is some type of tool set that has multiple tools in it. They're laying out all the items. That's good. This one looks like Handy Manny because I see little eyeballs on the tool set. Handy Manny is a cartoon, I think that's on PBS. But in any case, you have multiple tools inside of a box. So they're not just selling one of the little Handy Manny tools, they're selling all of them in a box or a nice carrying case. It's a great way to put together a bundle. It's multiple products, different products. Then this is, I think these are the little decals or stickers. I think they're raised stickers. They're not just like flat stickers. So they may be like the gel form or something like that. But in any case, this is a 6 pack. This is a 6 pack of Snoopy Christmas themed or Charlie Brown Christmas themed, um, you know, graphics. And so if you're approved to be able to sell Charlie Brown or Peanuts, then you should be fine. And again, approval is primarily required on Amazon. If you're not selling on Amazon, you're selling on some of these other platforms. You know, if you're getting it wholesale, that's fantastic. You've got your invoice. If you're not getting it wholesale, just make sure you're abiding by whatever the platform's guidelines are. And if they don't have any clear guidelines, you can reach out to them. And if you still don't get a response, then, you know, hey, go for it and see what happens as far as selling. So as we continue down the opportunities for bundles, well, okay, you've got 2 shirts here. Are people going to be buying the ugly Christmas sweater situation? Yes, they will. They always do. Every year. People sometimes collect these ugly sweater situations. Okay. So this is a simple, 2 set. And it's not like a multi-pack. It is a bundle of 2 shirts. This one's another bundle of 2 shirts. Again, these look like sweatshirts, but they put a design on them. So if you're doing print on demand, this is your opportunity to put some products out there, get started creating those designs and those graphics, create them and get them listed as quickly as possible. Down here, we've got a holiday towel set. We've got the bath towel, the hand towel, and the face towel. Again, as you go to some of these stores, like if you went to Dollar Tree and you get all 3, and then you take a picture of it, this is your opportunity to sell it. You're showcasing it, and you can sell that entire bundle for a marked up price. Each one of these is like $1.25. And so since the Dollar Tree went up to $1.25, that means that you're into it for $3.75. Probably going to sell this for upwards of 25 or 30 bucks because it's holiday themed with the red truck. So here's a basket in the middle here, and it's got a brush, it's got a loofah, but it's also got some chocolates and some popcorn, and it looks like some house shoes in the back, maybe, or some slippers of some type. So it looks like it's more of a relaxing spa kind of kit where you can have some snacks, chocolate, popcorn, some other kind of Godiva something. Um, but they've got a lot of things inside of one kit. This is a 3 pack of socks. So this 3 pack of socks looks like it is for some cartoons. I can't remember. Maybe it's on a Cartoon Network or what channel it's on. It could be PBS. But in any case, they're selling a 3 pack of socks. So they're showing what it is, and they've got 3 different types of socks in that bundle. Now, this is a holiday themed, like during the holidays, people will take pictures with their family in the same outfit. Okay. So it's Christmas pajamas. You see those Christmas cards that have the Christmas pajamas on the front. Everybody's in their Christmas pajamas. Well, you can make those print on demand. You can order them from wholesale suppliers, and you can sell them. You can sell, uh, create a listing on whichever platform you're selling on, and sell it as multiples, and go for it. Always an opportunity. Okay. So now we're getting into some additional ideas. Again, I'm throwing lots of ideas. I think we've seen this one already, so I must be missing a different picture here. But in any case, this is a kitchen set. And this one looks like, I believe all of this came from the Dollar Tree, like 100% of this one. It's got kitchen utensils. It's got some seasoning. It's got the scoopers. It's got Marie calendars. Like, it's got a few different things in it. And again, 100% of all of that is coming from the Dollar Tree. And then the basket at the bottom. Over here, you have a Betty Crocker chocolate chips. You've got the spatula with the whisk. And I can't really tell. I think this is probably the frosting in there or something, or maybe the chocolate chips. And then they've got the little mitten, something that you can make, something that you can do. You could put this together. You could go to the store and find a cooking bowl or a mixing bowl and stuff it with different things and take a picture, things that make sense to go together. Okay, don't just randomly do some stuff. Make sure you get things that make sense. So this one is another Betty Crocker. They've got the glove, and I'm sure that the glove you can get print on demand. The bowl down here, measuring cups. They've got the frosting, the whisk, the ladle, and then the cupcake holders. All of that an opportunity for you to create an amazing bundle to be able to sell. This one has got the pasta noodles with the sauce. They've got the oil bottle. They've got the pepper grinder and probably a salt shaker. And they've got it all in the strainer bowl. Same thing with this one, all in the strainer bowl. This one is multiple pastas and then one straight pasta. And then they've got an oil in the middle. And so I can tell that this is all superimposed together because this wine bottle was just pushed into this photo. Okay. So behind that, I believe that there's probably some wooden spoons or something it looks like in the background, something that potentially goes with this. But again, they've got it on top of a strainer. And then here's an example of a bathroom set. This is not the ideal picture. You can tell that it's fake, but they have the shower curtain, the mats on the floor, the mat before the toilet and the toilet lid, and then the towels, all in the same holiday motif. So something to think about, some opportunities there. And then if you are still running out of, like I've talked through a bunch of different things. If you're still struggling to come up with some ideas, go to your store. Walk the aisles. Go to Marshall's, go to TJ Maxx, go to Ross, um, go to Big Lots, and go look in the gifts area or look for the unusual baskets. There'll be some bundled together things over in Ross, over in the housewares section. Same thing with Marshalls and TJ Maxx and whatnot. Go rummage through that. Look and see what they have. Be inspired by some of the ideas of stuff that's been put together. Take a picture of it or decide to take that entire bundle and put it online because it was already put together by the store or by a supplier from the store. Sell it. Take the stickers off, take a picture of it, and list it for your own, saving you time. So, one strategy that you could use is you can go in search of existing bundles, existing multiples that are already out in the universe, and then just get them listed online. Or you can create your own. So you can be inspired by others to create your own. This is sauces for a Bloody Mary sauce. This is soups, soup mugs with box soup. You can do that. This is all cocktails. These are all random things. I believe this is all at Five Below. Random things that are trolls related. Again, trolls ideas. Everything from probably the lip gloss to the bracelets to the necklace to the nail polish. So these are Moose Munch. There's two different tins, and inside of there, both of them have a coffee mug. Whoops. Both of them have a coffee mug. Both of them have cookies or some type of, like this one is um, like popcorn, and this one's popcorn. This one's has got crackers. This one's got cookies. They've all got something in there. At the end of the day, the person, after they finish eating this, they will keep the coffee mug and they will keep the tin. So even if they ate up all the contents on the inside, they still have those things to remember the person by. This one has a pumice stone. It's also got some lotion, a loofah, and some other things like that. So there are a lot of opportunities for you to put together your own version of a product just by being inspired by the stores. So this one has the slippers with the creams and the gels, and it's already put together. So you can deconstruct that. Now, if you take it out of the packaging, you have to remember, if you went through and you watched Jeff Schick's session, there's a level of liability if you take it out of the package and you sell it. But if you sell it already in the package, like you can take it out to take the pictures, if you sell it in the packaging, you're good to go. So all the ones that you're going to sell that are in the packaging, leave them be. Just take the stickers off, make sure they're cleaned up so that the price is gone, and then use one set as your photo set, and then sell that as used. Okay, versus the others is new, because you got to take it out of the packaging. I'm just telling you to take that picture. So some things to think about when you're creating bundles: make sure that they solve a problem, or that it's a needed service for the customer, something that's going to generate some convenience for them. Pay attention to similar listings. See if you can find what it is that you're about to list that's already online. And don't just search, Amazon, search eBay, search Poshmark, search Mercari, search, your regular stores, search your Walmarts of the world, search your JCPenney's. Like, see what bundles you can find out there. And then once you find the information, if you're looking for additional ideas, I definitely want to encourage you to check out Pinterest. You can walk through the store. Whenever I get to a place where I can't figure out what type of bundles I'm going to create, I go to the store. I do. And literally walking down the aisle, I'll see bundles that have been put together by the manufacturer, and I can just relist those. Or I will find bundles that bundle ideas that had not been thought of before, just by walking the store. Okay, you can look at the frequently bought together on Amazon. You can go through Pinterest, and you can go and do a search to find things that are common accessories. So I just recently bought water bottles for my sons, and with the water bottles came the little straw cleaner. Well, the straw cleaner in the past, I had to buy that separately. I couldn't buy it with it, but now it came as a bundle. It's included with the water bottle. So when I'm looking at water bottles, the person who is going to use the water bottle, they could buy the one with the straw cleaner, or they could buy the one without the straw cleaner. Chances are they're going to see that there's a better value with buying the one with the straw cleaner, or with multiple straw replacements and a straw cleaner. So think through that. And if you're going to get a better deal by adding a little bit, like maybe it costs you an extra 50 cents to add this, but that 50 cents generates you an additional 5 to 20 extra dollars because of the fact that it's a perceived increase in value, go for it. Go for it all day. So some of the movies that are coming up where there might be some bundled opportunities for you, if you are approved to be able to sell some of the toys that are covered in these, go for it. But if you're not, you probably, it's applicable mainly on Amazon. There are some approval on other platforms, so know what is required for the platform that you sell on. But think about the rise of group. So this minion phenomenon, one of the things that was a phenomenon was the teenagers dressing up in suits and going to the movies. That was a thing. Well, it's a high probability that's going to be a thing for Halloween. High probability. It makes me think of uh, what was that movie with John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd, Blues Brothers? Makes me think of that. but but it was a thing, and the rise of grew, and it became a TikTok thing, and kids were doing it. So that's why we're going to be a Halloween costume that people were not thinking about, and it will. So if it's not sold as a Halloween costume, then you're probably going to be lucky if you go to the thrift stores and find black suits, white shirt, and a tie and a hat. And if you do that with black sunglasses and you sell that together as a bundle, you'll have a higher probability of getting people to buy that because it was a thing all summer long. But the Rise of Gru, they had multiple characters. And so there's a few main characters. And if you get all of the characters in one set, that's fantastic. But if you buy them individually and put them together as your own bundle, that's another thing. And so if you're able to sell them on the platform that you are selling on, go for it. But if you're not, then, figure out where you can sell them, because that's something that's going to sell not only for right now for back to school, but it's going to sell for Halloween, it's going to sell for Christmas, and it's going to sell for Valentine's Day. It just is. So here's a list of several other movies that are coming out that are going to get some traction. There's going to be toys that go with it, or t-shirts, or hats, or socks, or whatever. Something's going to be produced out of it, backpacks, you name it, action figures, and people are going to want to buy those things. So if you put together multiples, let's say you put together all of the characters, the main characters for Paws of Fury. Now, is there already a box that's selling multiple, all of them? Maybe, but by the time you get to the shelf, maybe they only have, the two main characters in individual packaging, and that's fine. You can put them together and sell it as a bundle. Look for opportunities, look for ways to win. Sonic the Hedgehog, Hotel Transylvania, I Am Groot. I Am Groot is probably going to be a cute little toy that they're going to have a boatload of toys for it for Christmas. That's my guess that that's what Disney is going to do. And we'll see what happens. And if they don't have a bunch of toys, they probably have other things. So don't overlook the other things that might be an opportunity. Then you have product ideas. I rattled off a bunch of product ideas before. Again, if you didn't grab a pen before, you can come back through and look at this list. But, stocking bundles is what I put at the top. But you got kids' items. Think about all of the types of, like toddlers and multiples of the things that they need to buy for toddlers, or that you need to buy as a parent for toddlers. Kids that are in elementary school, there's going to be a bunch of stuff. When parents buy shirts, they're not going to buy just one shirt for the child. They're going to buy multiples. When they buy pants, they're going to buy multiples. When they buy socks, they're going to buy multiples. They're going to do the same thing with underwear. All of that stuff, they're going to buy multiples for back to school. So costumes, if they have more than one child, they're going to buy multiples, because the one thing about costumes is that kids grow. And so the costume that they wore last year, more than likely, is not going to be a costume they can wear this year. Could the parents get creative and create their own? Yeah. And that's the reason why I mentioned the Minions, because, again, you can buy a suit from the thrift store, a dirt cheap suit, and turn it into a costume. So something to think about. Cough drops, because we're going into that part of the season. People are going to be buying cough drops so that they can take their meds. That's going to be a thing. Gift bags, tissues, boxes of tissue. Definitely going to be a thing. Wrapping paper, cards, t-shirts, baking supplies and ingredients, pet supplies, bathroom sets, kitchen sets, bedroom sets, toolbox. Like, we could go down the list. You're going to see bundle opportunities everywhere. So make a note of those things. Use the memo on your phone so you can talk to yourself as you find these ideas, or as they come to you. If you're out and about and you find them, or if they come to you while you're just doing other everyday work, write them down. Don't lose them. Okay. So holidays that are going to be hitting, or holiday ideas. So we have inside the My Ecom Planner, every day is a holiday. And some of these are extracted from there, and some of these come from other sources. But the point is, there's going to be a holiday that is coming up, and you want to be mindful of what kind of products could I be selling during that window. So we've got, Thanksgiving, yeah, holiday gift ideas, winter travel. Some people will be traveling for the winter. Hanukkah, holiday parties. I think there's going to be holiday parties this year. Most companies held off on holiday parties for the last couple of years. So if they're hosting a holiday party, what do they need? They need multiple plates, cups, napkins, table settings. And so again, if you're doing B2B, selling business to business, this is a great opportunity for you, depending on what it is that you sell. Okay. But people are going to be getting together and you want to be paying attention to that. Now, how do I search for potential product ideas? Well, you can search for them on Amazon for sure. So you can go to Amazon to search for product ideas. You can also go to Alibaba Express, Instagram, um, Walmart. But I love Pinterest. I think Pinterest has some of the best examples of ideas because Pinterest is all about creating something and putting it up. Okay, creating something and putting it up, something that you've made, something that you've put together, and it generates and sparks ideas. Pinterest, all of these platforms that I mentioned here have their own search engine. If you got to type something in a box and hit enter, that's a search engine. So use the search engines to your advantage. If you have some ideas around holiday socks, go do a search for holiday socks. Be specific, Christmas socks, and see what happens. You might see that there's a print on demand opportunity, or you may be able to buy them in bulk from a wholesale supplier. You just never know. And then stores that you can source from with product ideas. So I like to physically touch bundles because the fact that, I just don't know what it is that I'm going to potentially be selling. Sometimes I have a list of ideas and then I go to the store and then I see something and in my mind it just clicks. These two go together. They would make a perfect set of whatever it happens to be, or a perfect combination of eight-piece set, or whatever it happens to be. And so when I get that inspiration, like if I'm at the store, it's easier for me to get that inspiration and I start putting pieces together. And as I continue to put these pieces together, I might source different pieces of this amazing bundle from different locations. I might get pieces of it from Five Below, some of it from Party City, some of it from the dollar store, some of it for Target. So I get it from a couple of different places so that if somebody wants to piggyback off of my listing, they got to go find all the same pieces that I put together in mine. Makes it a little more challenging. Some people are not willing to put in the work, and others are definitely willing to put in the work. So um, know that if you come up with an awesome bundle, others will probably jump on the bandwagon and join you along for the ride. A bundle that I created back in 2015, I think it was 15, it is still in play today. So 2015, still in play, believe it or not. And someone else is taking over the listing, but it's still in play. I was the original creator of it. I put it up and everybody jumped on it. So go and do some research inside the stores or go to their online store and see what you find to put together either your pieces for the upcoming holiday bundles, or think about, now I do say pieces. When I'm putting together bundles, I try to make sure that they are smaller in size because I don't want to spend a lot of money on shipping, and that you want to be mindful of. So that's a strategy that I take on. You don't have to do the same, but that is what I do. Um, and I always kind of have in mind what I want to ship it, how I want to ship it. So I might do flat rate where some people might not do flat rate. And it might make sense for me to do flat rate because I'm putting multiple pieces into one box. And when I say flat rate, USPS flat rate. So if I'm putting multiple pieces into one box before I'm said and done, this box may be a little heavier than most. But the great thing with flat rate is that I can ship a brick if I wanted to, and it works out for me. So go and look at some of these stores and check them out. You can look at them online and use their search boxes, or you can go to the store physically and come up with some ideas on the products that you could be putting together and selling. Some additional sourcing stores, there's a lot of them. This is not all of them by any stretch of the imagination. but it does give you some ideas on where to go, where to start, what to look into. So when you're going through and you're coming up with an idea, what you could do if you're concerned about whether or not it's going to sell, you can go through what I refer to as the product research checklist. And so in that product research checklist, you're looking to answer the question. And so I not typically go through a 9P, well, pretty much an 8 piece checklist to try and make sure that this is a product that is in demand or will be in demand or that people would be interested in buying. Um, so the first thing is I try to find a passionate niche. There are people that love Christmas, period. They just love it. There are people who love Halloween. They just love it. There are people who love to cook for Thanksgiving. They just love it. So find a passionate niche. And then once you find a passionate niche, go check the market value for that niche. So if I go do some search on, let's say, Christmas decorations, because it's in the realm of people who just love to decorate for Christmas. So I could go look for Christmas ornaments or Christmas decorations and go see what the sales numbers are year over year for Christmas decorations. I could go and see past trends and current trends last year and this year, which is number two. I could say, what's the current problem with Christmas decorations? Is there a problem? Am I being too vague? Should I go down to ornaments because that's more specific within Christmas decorations? So I could go down to ornaments. What's the problem? Well, maybe the problem is with Christmas decorations is that a lot of them are made of glass and so they break. Okay, that's a problem. How do I solve that problem? I can find some products that are glass like, but that are not glass and use them as my source. But again, working through the list of all nine to solve the problem. Then, are there ample products to be able to promote and sell? Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of Christmas ornaments out there, and there's also the opportunity to do custom ones or print on demand. Check to see what the audience will pay. So you can go back and look at historical prices. This is number six. Go back and look at historical prices for Christmas ornaments. And there is a price point or a price range that the market will bear. Most people are not going to spend $100 just on some ornaments. They have to be pretty extravagant ornaments. So, go out there and see what the average price is for the number of ornaments you plan on selling. If you're going to sell a 10 pack or a 24 pack or a 36 pack, then go see what that price is so you are somewhere in the ballpark, but you don't have to be spot on. Okay, your number can be higher. Analyze your competition's websites. If there are some websites or blog articles out there about um, about Christmas ornaments, then use that. And then check for online advertisements for this niche. So are there any ads that are being run? Well, right now, there aren't any ads being run for Christmas ornaments. But there will be in the fall. As we get closer to the fall, there will be. So that one may be a little premature. And then last, is there an audience? Well, there might be some Facebook groups on people that love Christmas, Christmas lovers. And if that's the case, you got a built in audience already. There's probably a page on Reddit for those who love Christmas. There's probably some Facebook pages outside of Facebook groups. There might even be meetup groups and online meetup groups of people who love Christmas. So, all of that, go do the validation. If you get yes, 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 then you probably have found a product that you can sell and actually make some traction on, make some money. I'm not going to say you're going to get filthy rich. I'm just saying it is something that people would be willing to buy if you're getting a lot of yeses as you step through this 9 checkpoint list. So as you're thinking about creating your bundles, this is what I want you to do. Step one, I do want you, if bundles are your thing, I want you to build a schedule so that you can be consistent about creating bundles, so that you can consistently add bundles to your current strategy. Number two, build a budget for these bundles. Figure out how much money you feel like makes the most sense based on your current budget situation to invest in bundles. It could be as little as $25 or $100 a month, not a month, a week, that you're going to spend on supplies or products to be able to put together some bundles or bundle samples. Next, determine your bundle plan. Are you going to be doing generics? You're going to do branding, or you're not going to do any branding? You're just going to take existing products out there and use that. Now, I would encourage you, as you saw before, we saw the Johnson and Johnson themed. I would encourage you to put, if you're going to make a generic, no named bundle that's baby supplies, then try to keep all of the name brands the same where you have the opportunity. If you're going to do a name brand one like Johnson and Johnson, again, try to keep all of the name brands the same. Make sure that anything you acquire, that the seals, that it's like still sealed and all that other stuff for new. Okay. Determine what your bundle approach is going to be, or your strategy. Are you going to do seasonal bundles? You're going to do retail arbitrage, online arbitrage. Like, there's a lot of people that do replenishables, and they do multiples for replenishables, and that's fine. It's okay, because people are going to be buying that anyway. Like they buy toilet paper, they're going to buy multiples of whatever it is that you sell, because that is what a replenishable is. It is something that people buy after it runs out. So toothpaste, I buy more toothpaste as soon as my toothpaste runs out. Deodorant, think about it like that. So what's going to be your strategy, your approach this Q4 for bundles? Are you going to go after wholesale or private label? Are you going to, create your own and do some retail arbitrage bundles? Figure out your strategy. It's, I will do retail arbitrage strategies this Q4, and next year we will do some wholesale. Then go and do some preliminary keyword research, do some niche research, do some niche validation, which is what we just talked through, going through the niche validation. And then after that, go do some preliminary sourcing. If you're going to do wholesale bundles, definitely go in the store and create your own version of it by putting together the appropriate pieces, even if that means hitting up a couple of stores near each other. And if not, if you found a wholesale supplier, then do that. But put it together. Then you can create the listing, focusing on the keywords, the search words, the use words, the intent words. All of those matter, and your photo matters. When you create a bundle or a multi-pack, that first photo on any platform needs to be the cluster photo. Okay? That cluster photo needs to be everything. It needs to be bright. It needs to not have a glare on it. It needs to have all the pieces there. If it needs to have text, that's fine, but that cluster photo has to be everything. Okay? Figure out your title, figure out your description. The title should have at least keywords in the first 5 to 7 words. And in the description, make sure that you include who this is for, or the intended use of this product. Okay. Figure out your pricing. I always try to say anywhere from 4 to 7 times whatever I'm into the product for. So if I spent $4 on the product, I might sell it for 28. That's 7 times. If I spent $4 on the product, I might sell it for 16. Or I may pad a little bit more so I can cover platform fees. So you just need to be prepared for that and know how you're going to ship it. Have an idea of how you're going to ship it. And then test your bundle, put it out there on the platform, maybe create variations of it, maybe sample some print on demand in the middle of this. Okay. And then you can decide if you're going to do some ads or not do ads. Your call at the end of the day. It might make sense to do ads, and it may not. You may have the perfect bundle where ads are not necessary, and it just picks up steam because of the fact that you got really good at creating that title and making sure that the keywords are in the first 5 to 7. I encourage you to put the number of pieces in the title, but I always try to put mine somewhere towards the end, unless when I review my competitors' listings, they've got it in the first 5 to 7 words, then I might put mine in the first 5 to 7 words. But I'm going to go and I'm going to look at similar or related listings to kind of reverse engineer, pick apart that listing and see how it can help me build a better listing or help me build my listing for the new product. Okay. And I'm going to look at those listings, my competitors' listings, on multiple platforms. I'm not just going to just look on Amazon. I'm going to go look for this related product combination somewhere else. And if I can't find the combination somewhere else, I'm going to go after the main product that's getting the most traction, the most important product that's in my bundle. So if it's an 8-piece bundle, there in that 8-piece bundle, One or two of those items is getting the most traction. One or two of those items is the most important. So I'm going to go after, do the research on that one and go look up the titles and the descriptions on that main product if I can't find related ones. Okay. I'm going to source. And if I decide I'm going to do private label or white label for this product, then that's fine. I may decide at some later point, maybe next year, I come out with my own private label or white label product. And I'm going to determine my shipping. Okay. So if you decide long term, bigger picture that you're going to take this to the next level, subscription boxes might be the way to go. Maybe you come up with a curated box. It's different every single month. Maybe you come up with a membership, or maybe you come up with a subscribe and save. They buy it, put it on a regular monthly renewal and get it at a discounted price. You can decide on that. So I hope this information is helpful. I hope you use it to make decisions in your business. My name is Nechole Whitlock. I'm with eCom Sellers. We thank you for participating in the eCom Q4 Summit. We hope you use this to make some amazing bundles this Q4. And we're going to say goodbye for now.